All right, let's go ahead and jump back into the Bitcoin price action because the price action is hot and it is not respecting TA as we just continue to march on up, making all-time high after all-time high, now sitting at $94,400. And I wouldn't be surprised to see Bitcoin just disrespecting the TA as trend is your friend here on the charts. We had talked about how just on a charting basis, right, if you're a trader out there, we were looking for a potential pullback to sweep the lows, right? We swept the highs. You'd think we'd sweep the lows next, right? Well, no, Bitcoin doesn't care about your TA. It is in honey badger mode, and that's why we just continue to go ahead and march on up. Now flipping this sweep into support, I would not be surprised to see $100,000 Bitcoin in the short-term future here. So not only do we have Bitcoin looking very, very bullish here, but we're seeing a lot of similar characteristics of price action right now to last cycle, where money is flowing into Bitcoin, not into your risk on assets, which tells us not to worry, right? We're seeing Bitcoin dominance continue to just march on up here. Total threes kind of stalling out, not really looking bearish, but just stalling while Bitcoin continues to run. That historically signals that we still have a good amount of time left in the cycle, right? I've been cautioning that the top's going to come in sooner than most think, but until we see that rotation into risk on assets, we really have nothing to worry about. So we'll be keeping a very close eye on that, but so far so good, and something I want to take a look at today that we haven't been talking about much, that I've seen all over Twitter. I've seen a lot of other people talk about it, so I think it's now finally time to go ahead and discuss this because it is pretty historical. USDT.D, the dominance of our stable coins, is now breaking below trend that we have been holding since 2018. You can see this uptrend has been respected very, very well, and now we are finally starting to deviate under it. Not only getting under it, maybe on a couple wicks, maybe this does wick through, we still got 4 days left on the weekly, but we go to the daily time frame and we are starting to definitely reject this thing on the daily pretty clearly here. So this could be a historical breakdown in USDT dominance, which, if you don't know, this is inversely correlated with crypto. This shows that money is being driven out of stablecoins into Bitcoin and other alts, etc., which tells us there is more demand for this stuff than there ever has been. We are seeing they're minting more USDT recently. They just minted, I think, another $1 billion worth, right? So this is very, very bullish. If we see USDT dominance actually start to break down here, the sky's the limit to where prices are actually going to go, because we haven't seen this historically play out. I think a big reason of this is because you got ETFs now, you got the big catalyst for Bitcoin, and because that asset is over $1 trillion, you're getting a lot of liquidity sucked out of something like USDT to go ahead and buy up that asset. And after Bitcoin starts to slow down, or maybe just money starts getting rotated out, I think the run on altcoins and the meme coins, etc., will also be pretty historic here. So I'm very, very excited for the future for Bitcoin. Even though I've been very cautious, I'm seeing a lot of things on the chart that do signal we still have a lot of the run left, and we could see a lot of assets absolutely explode. That being said, there are a lot of assets out there. Even though there's this much liquidity on the sidelines right now, there's also 10 billion different altcoins and meme coins to choose from. So you definitely got to do your own research and know what you're doing out there so you can find the right plays and actually be successful in this market, like 95% cannot. But yeah, I would say even though we are seeing Bitcoin continue to shine here, and you're probably feeling the urge to actually jump into Bitcoin, I still think now is not the time to buy Bitcoin. I would say, if anything, the time to start rotating into more risky assets is now. But that being said, I'm not saying to go ahead and sell your alts for meme coins. I'm saying mainly if you do hold Bitcoin, maybe look at some of your altcoins because they're going to have more gains here in the short-term future. But you could also just wait a little bit because I think Bitcoin hasn't finished its parabola, at least quite yet. So Bitcoin dominance could run up pretty steeply here real quickly, but I think this is going to be ending off fairly soon here. If we go ahead and just pull some fibs on like the dominance chart, you can see we're coming right up into this kind of retracement area. I don't think we're going to make a new high on the dominance. Could we? Yeah, I mean, it's possible, but I do think somewhere in this zone is where the dominance is going to top out. So we're getting near that point where total 3 should start to run, right? Historically, last time it ran was back here in January, right? So we see it kind of just stalling, and then it absolutely tears to the upside in January. You look at where this was on a Bitcoin fractal. We can zoom out here to the daily time frame and see that January of 2021 was after this mid-cycle correction within here. So I think, we would be looking for a bit larger of a correction on Bitcoin. And then we see those alts run. So yeah, it might be more obvious where we actually get Bitcoin to distribute a little bit, to have a correctionary move. And then the alts just hold up very, very well. And it'll be a clear sign that, hey, this money is getting rotated into other assets. And that would be very clear on the chart. And that's also something we got to look out for, is a mid-cycle correction, right? You could say this is the mid-cycle correction. This is wave 2. Wherever we finish out is the all-time high, right? That's where we're going to roll over into the bear market, and that'll be the blow off top or wherever it lands. And we don't have this mid-cycle correction, right? Maybe we don't do this and go up for a secondary high. Maybe we just kind of do something like this, and then that's the top. So a lot of different possibilities here, but wherever we do see alt start to run, if it's right here, if it's right here, we'll be able to see that rotation and signify that, hey, we are entering the final wave for crypto, right? But as of now, Bitcoin's still king. We're still seeing this thing just disrespect everyone's TA, and I think until everyone starts capitulating on shorts, we're going to see it continue to run. Let's talk about those shorts real quickly. We do see that people have kind of given up on shorts, right? All this open interest right here is mainly long positions. Now we do see we had some spoof orders that actually got removed, so that could give us some more clear skies to the upside actually. But yeah, we're definitely seeing the shorts kind of stall out here, so that could signal, hey, if the shorts are giving up, maybe we do start this bigger pullback. So just be aware that's still possible, even though Bitcoin is very strong right now and doesn't seem like it wants to pull back. Very, very possible we still deviate back within the range, swing fail on a higher term time frame, right? We got 4 days left on the weekly. If we close below this, then you could be looking for a bit of a larger correction to sweep that low before continuing on up. So don't be too surprised if that were to play out. If you're trading this thing, just make sure you got those very tight stops. Move those stops to entry ASAP, because things are definitely volatile out there. But if you do have any questions about anything I talked about, or just want to join the community for this channel, link to my Discord is in the description down below. Also got links to a bunch of my exchange partners, so feel free to use those referral links to sign up to get yourself some nice bonuses and rewards, including a 10% cashback futures bonus for below fin. So deposit really as much money as you want, up to $10,000, and you can get yourself a free $1,000. But with that being said, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video.